Hello, this episode is brought to you by Hershey's and Alba Appliances, and today I'm going to show you a new twist on old favorites. We're going to do a Mughlai chicken with a creamy cashew nut sauce, and the ingredients are 20 ml of oil that I'm adding to chicken breasts that have been cubed. Our four main spices that we normally use is red chili. When it comes to your spices, I would say 5 to 10 ml, flexible depending on how pungent or how flavoursome you want it. This is the green chili that we're using. Here we're going to use some garlic. All have been crushed or pounded or ground, and this is the ginger. And we're going to use some turmeric powder, about 5 ml, because that gives it the colour, and salt to taste. Please don't add too much salt in the beginning. You can always add salt afterwards. This is going to be mixed, and it's nice to marinate this for about 30 minutes so the flavors can mingle. And that's your chicken breast, all marinated, ready to be cooked. I'm going to be using an Alba gas cooker, and we're going to put the heat on. Now we're going to start the first stage of the dish, where we're going to add 50 ml of ghee, which is clarified butter. To that, we're going to add a few sticks of cloves, cinnamon, and cardamom. And it's very, very important that Indian spices are tempered or sauteed in hot ghee or oil, because that brings out the flavor of the food. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our onion, which I've chopped up. And we're going to saute. Onion is sauteed to a light buff color. Most important, please see that this onion doesn't go brown or a dark color, because that's going to spoil the flavor of your dish. Now here we've got the marinated chicken that we did marinated earlier, and we're going to add this to the onion mixture. Give it a good stir. At this stage you can actually cover the lid. The chicken is going to cook. We're going to put the lid on, and that should take us about 10 to 15 minutes to cook on a medium heat, and that should saute up nicely. Now we're going to show you how to do the final garnish for this dish. So you're just going to add very little ghee, not too much. To that, you're going to add onions that have been cut into rings. And I suggest here use small onions. Why I say that is because then you're going to get nice sized rings. I've used little baby onions, and then the rings look nice when you are putting this as your final garnish. I haven't added a lot of ghee. I'm just going to add a little bit more. This is a quick process. Saute this lightly. What I've done, I've slivered some cashew nuts, and then once my onion rings are a buff color, you can see they are sizzling already. I'm going to add a tablespoon or 2 of cashew nuts, and that's going to be your final garnish. And remember, nuts brown very, very quickly, so please do this at the end. Don't burn anything. And this is what your final garnish must look like, a very nice light buff color. Now we've got the cashew nut sauce, which is the most important. You've got 100 grams of cashew nuts finely ground. Remember, the cashew nuts must be unsalted, preferably raw, no flavoring. Then you're going to add some yogurt, fresh cream, fresh coriander or dhania, some mint, and you're going to mix all this together with 100 ml of water. And this is what your sauce is going to look like. Now we've got our cashew nut sauce. You can see how beautifully the chicken has been sauteed. We're going to add this sauce, all nicely prepared, nicely ground up. And I always like to use a spatula so you don't waste anything. You get all your ingredients coming through. This is going to cook up just for like 10 minutes. Then you're going to turn off the heat and let it just rest for about 5 minutes. Serve and garnish, and bon appetit.